record.
Recording in progress.
Okay, guys. So listen, I appreciate everybody jumping on tonight. Hopefully everybody had a great dial day. It's good to see all the faces. I love it when people just go ahead and turn their video on so we can see them, because it's I mean, we're a band of brothers here, so it's nice to see who we're running with. So the first thing I want to kick off with here is just I want to go over just the team IP real quick. And the biggest thing that we want to note is we do get yearly IP, and I just want to recognize, and you guys, maybe some of you guys haven't heard, but Mr. Franco went Hall of Fame today. He broke through 405,000 for the year, which is an amazing accomplishment. So, bro,
Way to go, bro.
you just lead the way, and we're so proud of you.
You're not.
No, I don't care.
Oh, hold on there. We're gonna mute out there, Bill. So, hey, Juan, if you want to unmute yourself. So, I've been trying.
I
Huh?
just feel like anybody can do. We just have to. I know many of you here are gonna either hit it this year or next year, but I know a lot of people are gonna hit it. This is not anything unnormal. It's just a lot of work. That's all I did. A bunch of work.
Well, you do. You hustle, and we're proud of you, man. Because I know what it takes. And I think playing tennis on Sunday is probably the key for you, keeping you
Exactly. That's it.
Well, and you're growing a team, and that's what I want to touch on. You know, here's a great example. So we got the IP today. So when you look at, and I just want to hold on a sec there. If everybody can just mute yourself out when you dial in, it'd be great. So anyways, just looking at the IP today, it just speaks volumes, because right at the top of the chart, Juan Franco, 10,185. Dan Hatcher, 8,913. I want to give a shout out to Gary Cardinal, brand new guy, $8,970 for the first week, which I think is just amazing, out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's see. So let me just go through. Mashonda, 6,916. Brand new writer. I don't know if Latifa is on the call, but Latifa, her first month, she's at $6,084, which is outstanding. Congratulations, Latifa. Then we've got other notables. There's a brand new guy named Kyler Ogden. Kyler's in his first month. He wrote one policy, and he said that he made as much money as he made working at Fifth Third part-time in a month. So he said to MJ, I hope he doesn't mind if he quits his job. So MJ said, way to go. Also, Ronnie Patrick, he's on the board as a new writer, 3 new writers at 1,477. And also I counted them up, you guys, there's 8 of you who were at 0 last month that are from 2,000 to 6,000 issue paid, which is really great. So the goal is always, we're trying just to add 10 new writers every month. We've got 3 so far, and we've got 3 more weeks to go. So outstanding job to all of you. And just all this business takes is work. I think the greatest, one of the greatest examples of that work is Mike Shroades, and we've invited Mike to come on tonight because he, I don't know if you guys saw it on Teams, but he ran 63 appointments last week. He wrote, what was it, Mike, about, I know it was 18 apps and 16,000 in business.
Yeah, right at 15,000.
Right at 15,000.
Yeah.
So I think what Mike's doing, all of us can benefit from. You know, he leads from the front. He doesn't rest on his laurels, and he shows everybody every day, no matter what your own personal experience is, that you can change, because it's not the business, it's you and your skills, and you gotta increase your skills to increase your production. So, you know, and Mike has put together a great venue. He travels to different organizations. Actually, it was his idea to come up with the Boost program, which we kicked off last weekend in Birmingham. We were expecting 16 people signed up. We had about 20 people there. And we just did the blocking and the tackling of the industry. And it was really a big hit. So we're going to be doing those here in Nashville, in Chattanooga, and in Houston. And so that's all Mike's, you know, kind of vision on how each of us can get better. So Mike, if you want to let it rip, we appreciate you jumping on with us tonight.
Let her rip, Tater Chip. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Hey, everybody. It's good to be on here tonight. I appreciate it. I am going to have to, I ran straight out of the office to here because I finished up my dialing tonight because I hadn't been home in 11 days. I had to get my dialing done for tomorrow because I'm flying to Phoenix on Saturday. And I wanted to get 30 appointments in for the week. So I'm going to run. I dialed today. I have 12 appointments already set for tomorrow. And then I'm going to head out. And I'm thinking of catching a couple appointments before I head out of Panama City tomorrow, Saturday morning. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep the hammer down. Before I go any further, I want to congratulate my good buddy, Juan Franco, my Colombian connection, baby. I love it, man. Good job, Juan. Our first one this year to hit Hall of Fame. I know we're going to have a couple more. Taryn should be coming up here shortly. I'm totally forgetting. Neil Brown should hit Hall of Fame by the end of this week. If I'm trying to kill you, right, Neil?
Yeah, right. Well, my CRM says I'm at 360, but not my IP report.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, can't trust that CRM. Anyway, Neil, you wanted me to come on, share some things, but you know, I'm just really excited about our new people. Those of you that are wondering kind of what I'm doing on the side and nobody knows, well, some know, but I haven't let it out of the bag a whole lot. I'm trying to be around new blood, man. New blood makes it exciting. If you're building a team and you get stagnant, add some people to your team. Get aggressive hiring, get some fresh blood, get that feeling of somebody's watching you and their life just might depend on. And man, that's why I'm out there just hustling, trying to set the example, trying to inspire people. Can't motivate anybody, Neil. People that don't want to work, I can't do anything about that. I'm not trying to motivate you to go to work. I'm trying to inspire you to what can be done in this business. It has revolutionized my life. It's changed the way I think. It's just a lot about me in a good way because of the success that we've had. I do always try to, you know, keep in mind, I never want to forget where I came from. But you know, it is what it is. And you guys got to do me a favor. Yeah, there you go. I need everybody to unmute so we can see, so we know you're engaging, or don't unmute, but show your pictures. Let's see your face. We got a lot of people not showing their faces. Come on, man. You can see mine. I'll be yours. There we go. George Arner in the house with his West Virginia Miners. Sure. All right, good enough. Right, some of y'all. Hey, who is that? Oh, that's Terry Heron. Dang. So what I want to do real quick tonight is I want to talk to you about a good lead strategy. But here's strategy. When you get your leads, you have to dial them. That's probably the best strategy point I give you. I was talking to a young lady called me today, asked me some advice. A couple young ladies actually asked me some advice about leads and dialing and things of that nature. So what I did, I just kind of got a feel for what they're doing. And she told me every dial session she's down with 100 leads. So that's great. Buy 100 leads. But let's eat 100 leads like an elephant, and let's eat them a bite at a time, okay? Because if I'm new and I'm sitting here and I have a stack of 100 leads, and the first two I pick up and I get mother effed, right? The first two, they are like, you mother effer, quit calling me. I didn't out. How many? I mean, lift your hand if you've gone through that. See your hands. Yeah, I'll have. I do every day. Listen, Brandy Johnson, you're on this call, right?
Yes.
Brandy, unmute. Okay, Brandy was listening to me dial just a couple hours ago. I started a little bit after 5. I finished going through 40 leads by 7:30, and I set 12 appointments. Okay, so Brandy, unmute. Okay, Brandy,
Okay.
I pay you to listen to me, girl. Anyhow, because I don't pay my wife enough, obviously. So, Brandy, what was the first thing someone called me on my first call today?
Oh,
Remember, I was on speakerphone. What did she call me? First person I called. What'd she call me?
it was not a very nice name.
No, you say it. I pay you. Called me an asshole.
Yes, she did. We say
nice-
donkey at my house.
A nice lady from Dothan, Alabama, called me an a-hole. Why do I share that? Because it happens to all of us, right, Juan Franco? Juan Franco, do you ever get called any names? Yes, you do. I know you. Yeah, shake your head. So if you've been in this business any time, now, honestly, sometimes I earn the words that I'm called. Okay. There are times that I am intentionally provoking my clients. I'm going to tell you the number one reason. Who wants to know the number one reason I'm not afraid to go ahead and urinate a client off or someone on the phone? You want to know why? Because I pay $40 to $75 for every one of those leads. And I don't want them to fill them out no more if they don't want the insurance. You with me? So I'm not afraid to, I'm sorry, I'm having to talk to you and let my dogs in and out at the same time. I'm not afraid to go ahead and let them know, hey, that's fine. You don't want it? Great. I know, and I tell them, you're lying. You did fill this out. And I tell them, you're lying. You did fill this out. And don't do it no more. And if they say, well, then don't send them to me. I've actually told clients that I was going to charge them $40 every time they filled one out if they didn't stop it. Do you know what? The one I'm thinking of, she stopped doing it. So I'm starting with the leads. We all get treated the same way, but they are our inventory. If we don't buy leads, we are not making any money. Let me say that again so that everybody on here gets it. If you don't buy leads, you're not going to make money. Secondly, if you don't sit down at 7:30 in the morning and dial those leads until you have 15 appointments on the weekend, or 16 or 20 or whatever, no less than 12. If you don't dial them, you're not going to make any money. If you come up with a million reasons to get up and go, listen, men especially, you ain't folded freaking clothes in forever, right? You all of a sudden want to be romantic and fold clothes for your wife during a dial session, or you want to clean up after the dog, or you want to, hey, I'm going to eat a healthy lunch today. So you want to get up from your dial session.
Never.
Nothing should move. Nothing should. Terry Aaron, you look kind of creepy, bro. You at least Stuart's laying on the earth. You're laying in a bed and it kind of looks creepy. Anyhow, so you have to dial, you have to sit down and you have to begin those leads. I do encourage you to get 100 if you can at every dial session. Now, I just did 63 appointments and that was in 1 week. I went to every appointment. I got no-showed at some. I got porched at some. So here's how you figure out, here's about how it works out. Now, I only wrote 18 policies and made $15,000. I came up 3 short of what I thought I would do. I figured if I set 63 appointments, I would write 21 policies. I came up 3 short. The reason I do that is because for 4.5 years, it doesn't matter if I run 10 or if I run 30. I'm right at about a 33% close rate on my leads. And that means this, not the leads I buy, the leads I set. When I set those leads, I'm usually at about a 30% close rate ratio. Okay. Now, for you that are new, how many's under 6 months? Lift your hands. I can see most of you. If you're under 6 months in this business, I want you to learn something very quickly. You've got to get some thick skin and you have to get the emotions out of your dial session. Okay. I don't know that the problem really is that we're not buying leads. I think the problem is we're not dialing. We're not going, wow, did you see the door open? My flipping dog just opened that door by themselves. Sorry about that. I thought someone was coming in behind me. I was like, hey, that's my backyard. Anyway, sorry about that. So we have to make sure that we are sitting down to dial. We have to go to work, ladies and gentlemen. There are some of you on here that have so much potential, and you have to be willing to get thick skin, and you have to become so almost emotionless in this, because spending money on leads when you don't have a lot of money is an emotional game, right? Fortunately, I've learned to deal with the emotion of this business, because recently, because people rolled a bunch of stuff to me, my bank account went from several $1,000s down to $10. Okay? Because people rolled a bunch of leads that they said they wanted and then they didn't want them. So guess who has to pay for them when you decide, oh, I'm not going to work? And when the leads come in that you sign up for, and then I have to pay for them, or Neil has to pay for them, or Juan has to pay for them, because they're on the hook for you. They put their name on that signature as well. And I think it's really important that you understand that. And now here's what I like to do. I'm good at taking those leads because I have to pay for them. For some reason, someone thought I just got them and I should give them to them. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go run your leads. And then I'm going to post the numbers that I get off of your leads. And I'm going to tag you in it so that you can see, because you was lazy and didn't go to work, that you're the one that in a week's time didn't get to make $23,000 because you chose not to go to work. So it just really boils down to, I don't think it's leads. I know we need leads, and I'm going to go over that in a minute, but you have to work your leads. All of us on this call have to go to work every single day. That's how we get better. If you're wondering, Mike, well, you've always been good at this. No, I haven't. I'm still not good. I sold 18 out of 63. That sucks, right? 18 policies out of 63 appointments is not good. I'm willing to go to work, and I'm willing to put my work ethic on the line every single day. I think that's the difference between me and probably most of you. Every day I go to work. I'm not afraid to go to work. I'm not afraid. It's the difference between you and Juan. Juan's at 400,000 today. and you're not, because almost some of you have been here as long as Juan, but Juan went to work. Juan bought the leads, he worked the leads, and he did it. And it's so important. I can't overemphasize that. And I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you, because I hear, man, these leads suck. No, they don't. You're not working. You're not dialing. You're not picking up the phone and going for it, man. I would guarantee some of you are sitting there at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, getting ready to get ready for work. And before you know it, it's noon. And then you're hungry. So then you eat. And then it's 1, 2 o'clock. And they haven't worked yet. We've got to, at Family First Life Heritage, which you all are part of, it is time to set our schedule and to go to work. And that is the biggest thing all of us have to do. The only way you're going to succeed is when you buy those leads, is if you call them. So let's talk about the leads, because so I'll tell you exactly the number I bought. I bought 70 instant internet life leads when I went to Athens, Alabama the other day to run business. And just so you know, I stayed in the hotel for 6 days running business. In one hotel, I moved around, went to other cities, but one hotel in Athens, Alabama, which is about 4.5 hours north of where I live. I bought 70 instant internet life leads. Now, if you're not on work spots, that's your fault, okay? Because I bought all those at a 40% discount. That's how you're going to be able to put more money into leads, is get on work spots, especially those half pricers. Man, I buy thousands of leads when it goes to half price. I think anybody on here who's known me anytime, I've shared a lot of leads with people on this screen. And it's important that we buy those leads. And if we can't run them ourselves, give them to people. When you get a decline in a house, how many's building a team on here? Raise your hand, wave at me. Okay, yeah, you're building a team. Listen, man, quit being so daggum greedy and stingy with them leads. You're not going to work them no more. They already told you no. Give them to someone that they might like. You get that? Give them to someone that they might like. Jennifer LaChapelle went to Dothan on my old leads last week and wrote $12,000 in a week on my declines. And I make a lot of money, right? People sometimes don't like me. Some of you don't like me right now because of the way I'm talking, but I'm okay with that because I just want you to get better. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to win at this. And some of you just need to get to freaking work. It's that simple. If you'll just go to work, buy the leads, dial, and run the appointments. But Mike, I got no-showed 6 out of 7. Number 7 might be a sale. Just go to number 7. Mike, have you ever had a bad week? Yeah, I've had a lot of bad weeks. I've gone 23 straight appointments in people's houses, in their house, and been declined. So I know I was asked to come on here about leads. I'm just not 100% convinced that leads are the issue. Although when I bought those 70, just so you know, put your fingers up. How many you think I wrote off of those 70? And I called every single one of them. How many you think I wrote? Okay, 4 or 5. I think I wrote 3 of them. MJ, I think you're right. Out of 70 leads I wrote, I think, 3 off of it. But I had $490 in it of them 70 leads because I'm on work spots and I got a 40% discount and I bought those and I probably set 15 or 16 of them. Of them, probably 5 of them no-showed me or probably 5 of them porched me. Already had something in place, or flipping faith in them had already sold them. So they were FFL people, so I couldn't replace them. But you better believe if I got to their house and they had a policy of a competitor, that competitor got replaced. So how does that work? Well, I just tell them, go get that policy. Well, I don't know where it is. I've actually told them where it was when I didn't know where it was, Neil. I've told them it's up there in that cupboard. She's like, how do you know that? I said, because it's in that cupboard. You keep looking at it. So go get that policy. And then I replace it. And I've done, I don't know how many times in my career, last 5 years, I've done that. I've just said, go get the policy. So of those 70, I wrote 3. But I probably, of that $490 or whatever it was that I spent on those leads, I made about $3,600 off of them. Now, I don't know about you. Anyone on here like to go to the casino? Anybody? Anybody? Let's go ahead. Be honest. Yeah, honest people. Non-Baptist. Okay. All right. All you non-Baptists, wave your hand because the Baptists don't gamble, right, Stuart? Anyway. So if I take $400 to the casino and I come home with $3,600, I'm freaking bragging to everybody. I hit big, right? Isn't that how it is? Man, I had to sign for that money, right? I had to sign. Listen, man, you spent $400 and sell $3,600 worth of premium. That's exciting, man. I mean, that's some good stuff. That's good money. Tell me in a 2-day swing where anyone else legally can make $3,600. Anybody? I mean, really, we can't. I mean, there are some occupations out there, but I don't know that any of us were working in any of those fields where we can make $3,600 in a 2-day swing. So what are the other leads I like to get? And these, I really encourage you to do this. Check your state. As a matter of fact, let me push you a little bit. Some of y'all just need pushed a little. Okay. How many of y'all will listen to me if I give you a challenge? How many want to? Okay, let's do a blind challenge, Neil. How many of you will listen to me if I give you a blind challenge? And I guarantee if you'll do what I tell you, you'll make $10,000 to $15,000 in about a 3 or 4 day swing. Who's willing to listen? Let me see them hands. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go online. I want you to buy a plane ticket. Buy a plane ticket to somewhere you would like to travel where your wife or your husband or your kids are not there. I want you to buy a hotel. I want you to go ahead and book a hotel, right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to go into the CRM and I want you to buy as many mailers as you can find in that area. And if it means you got to buy them in 4 or 5 or 6 counties, just go ahead and do it. Okay. Now y'all are starting to frown on. Everybody's sitting back. Shroades is pushing us. Shroades is saying stuff I don't want him saying. Shroades, that ain't why I had you on here. Don't talk like that. Okay. So let me get back to where I was at because I want you to succeed. Okay. I want all of you to do this. Travel. Take a trip. Get away from your family. Get away from, well, my wife needs my help. Your wife needs your money. Go to work. Okay. That's what you need to do. Everybody take a big travel trip. Take a risk on yourself. And I'll guarantee you, if you'll do this, that and buy 100 minimum of 100 leads for that week. If you, and listen, here's the great thing about it. You ain't got nothing else to do unless you just sit in the hotel and talk about your business. You have nothing else to do from sun up to sundown. If you can't set an appointment, you can go door knock all day long. So I want to put a challenge out there and I want you to set those on the half hour, on the hour, set 20 appointments in a day. Why do you say that, Michael? I'll never get to all of them exactly. But if you set 20 appointments, I'm going to tell you how many's never had a $3,500 day. Anybody on this call, put your hand up. You've never done $3,500 in a day. Okay. If you will do what I'm telling you, you will do it for your first time. It will happen. It'll happen by osmosis. How many on this call is horrible at what you do right now and you're willing to admit it? Put your hand up. I am. I'm not very good at this, guys. I'm telling you, I just work hard. Okay, you got your hand up? Okay, listen, if you'll buy 100 leads and you'll go work all 100 of those one fashion or another, right? And let's say you set 80 appointments. You will sell 20 policies in that week if you will do what I'm telling you. At $1,000 on average, you could make $20,000 that week. Most of you, your lives would change on $20,000. I don't want to leave my wife for a week. Leave her for a week before she leaves you forever. Hello? Man, I see smiles and I see frowns. I love
Hello.
it. But here's the thing. You have to go to work. We got to quit talking about it. Buy the leads, run the leads.
Preach it, Mike.
Buy the mailers. Listen, if you are new in this, buy some 1-month-old mailers. Find somewhere. If you don't know how to find them, call me. Heck, I'll help you. I help people that aren't on my team. You're on my team. I want to help you. And I want Neil and MJ. I want Neil and MJ to succeed. And the way you're going to help them succeed is by you getting out there and running some business. And that's going to help you succeed. And then the people you bring on are going to run business and help you further succeed. But get up. If you was going to say, Mike, what leads do you want me to get? Buy some mailers. I'm telling you straight up. If you don't have them near you, travel 3-4 hours. I do it all the time. Listen, if you're willing to make a sacrifice for a couple years, your life will be totally different. I'll end with this. I'll let y'all ask me some questions. So, August 2017, I pulled my wife aside and I told her, I didn't ask her permission. I'm the husband. I'm the man of this house. My job's to provide for it. And I didn't ask her for her blessing. I told her, babe, now, obviously, I know who's in charge and she's not here, so I can talk tough, right? So when she comes in, my attitude will change. So I thought that was her. So I did. Me and Laura had a talk. I said, babe, I said, I found. She said, you found what? I said, I've worked so hard, 3-4 jobs at a time. I have found the way that we can make a living and live the life we've always dreamed of living. Now, we don't dream of big giant houses and sports cars. Our dreams are like being able to give and to be able to help our family and to help people that are struggling and help the poor and the homeless and things like that. Those are the type of dreams that we have. So, and obviously I want to take very good care of my family, and scripture teaches if a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So this was my way of doing that. And what I asked and talked to Laurie about, and I did talk to her about it. I said, babe, if you'll understand that I'm going to be gone for the next 2 years, our lives will be totally different. Okay. She said, you really think this is a good deal? I said, if you'll let me work for 2 years, we will have anything that we need. And you know, I went to work for 2 years. We were out of debt. We had thousands of dollars in the bank, which we had never had. I remember my first trip, one of my first trips, Neil, to Birmingham, when I first started in this business. I had $75 to my name, and that name was on a credit card, right? And on my way home, my tire blew out. No, it didn't just like slowly descend, it blew out. And I had to call a tow truck to come and get me to go get a tire put on my truck. By the way, my truck didn't have heat at the time. It was like 20 degrees. I was driving around to my client's house with a towel wrapped around my head so I wouldn't freeze to death. A lot of this stuff I've never told people. And one of my windows busted completely out. 20 degrees out driving around. But I went for it because I knew it was going to be the right thing. I knew it was going to get us over the financial hump that we had wanted for so long. And I went, and within 2 years, we were out of debt, and I was doing very well. This year, Brandy just informed me we are only about 600,000 from having $10 million this year. That's a pretty big freaking accomplishment. And that's thanks to all of you. And that's because many of you have gotten leads and you've stayed humble and you're not arrogant and you've just gone out and you've gone to work and you've served our clients. And in serving your clients, you get to take care of your family. So I know I've gone about 6 minutes over, Neil. I do apologize. But there were some things that I just needed to get out of my sister told me today I needed Xanax. I don't even know what it would do for me, but
No, that was excellent. Hey, would you just touch on one more thing? I think people
yes,
they're so
I knew
hesitant.
I wasn't doing what you told me to do.
No, you did exactly what you talked about leads. You talked about going to work, dialing. You shared something with me this morning, a change that you made when you first go in the house and sit down with people. And I think it's really great to share because so many people are hesitant. So the client's hesitant. And
Okay.
just share that about what you learned and what you changed, because you run appointments every hour on the hour. You said you ran 12 and you were never late for one.
Tomorrow I got them set on the half hour. I got them set on the half hour from 8 till 12. It's a half hour gig, right? So are you talking about how I'm just going in and I'm being straight to the point?
Straight to the point. Yep.
Yeah. So one of the things I've been doing is, you know, when I go to these conferences, I get to speak at every conference that I'm invited to, and I'm truly honored. But something you all need to know is I learned so much at those conferences, man. I learned so much. And how many of you have heard of Shadi, the guy from Afghanistan that we've been working on doing some things for him? Y'all remember Shadi? Shadi does $100,000 a month. And Shadi says, I just go in. You know, when Shadi calls, you're going to answer that phone because Shadi doesn't stop dialing. I'll stop after 9, after I dial you 9 times. Shadi says, I just dial till they pick up. I mean, imagine that. I mean, 10, 20 times, but he does $100,000. And one of the things I took from him was his just straight to the pointness and not being afraid to say things. Not being arrogant, but being willing to push the envelope just a little further than I normally would and what I traditionally had done. So I'm going in the home now and I'm basically letting them know right up front at the beginning, hey guys, hey, Miss Smith, just so you know, today I'm here. I'm the one licensed by the state of Alabama, and I'm going to go over your qualifications. That's going to be based on your health. And that's going to be based upon your budget because your budget is very important to me. But here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to compare your health and budget to the 30 companies that train me. And that includes those companies that you see on the television. So you see right there, I'm bringing that up, right? I'm not afraid to bring it up. How many's been sitting there and all of a sudden freaking somebody else comes on talking about their guaranteed issue for $9.99? How many been sitting there and that come on? Yeah. So I'll, you know what I do when that comes on? I look at them and say, they're lying to you. I tell them, they're lying to you. I said, don't deal with them. You don't even know if they're in America. I'll tell them, I say, Neil, I'll tell them, I'll say, listen, you need to deal with someone like me that knows what I'm doing. I'm trained. But getting back to your question, what I do and what I've really started putting an emphasis on is, Miss Smith, today I'm going to need your driver's license. I need your social security number. Do you know it? Yes, I do. And I'm going to need to know if you use a check or if you use a debit or a credit card to pay your bills. Because if you have a checking account, I can find you a company that might come in a little cheaper than a credit card. And all I'm doing is seeing if I'm going to get any pushback at all. If I get pushback about, I don't give my banking account information out, ma'am, I tell them, ma'am, this is 2021. The guy in the suit's not going to come by and collect money from you no more. They don't do that anymore. Well, I've always just given my money away or just giving it when they come over and collect it, man. They don't do that no more. And you know, the other day I did this, Neil, and I did, and normally I would push once and I'm done. I said, ma'am, I got to have your checking account. Well, I don't like giving it out, ma'am. The only way I can do this is with a checking account. Well, I just don't feel right doing it, ma'am. here's my name, here's my number, here's my driver's license, anything you want, but I can't do anything without that account, ma'am. And I'm not kidding. This is exactly how it went. Well, Mike, I like you, but I'm not comfortable doing that. And then she says, I'll go ahead and do it. And I get to the point and so we go through it. I get to the point where I got to collect that checking account, right? She opens up this chest because she lives in a rough neighborhood. I know she has it all hid. She opens this chest, gets out a box. In the box is her Bible. Inside of the Bible is the checking account information, right? So I'm sitting there and I see her get hesitant. I don't know, Mike. Man, I like you, Mike, but I can't do it. I got bills. People screwed me over before. Miss Smith, I'm not here to screw you over. If you don't trust me, I understand. If you don't trust people, I completely understand. But Miss Smith, I cannot do this without your checking account. And I stopped right there. I didn't beg. And I was point blank honest with her. Miss Smith, I'm not here to do you wrong, but I can't go any further. And this is what I told her, if you die, your family has to pay for your funeral. Okay. When that reality sunk in on her, and here's the thing, MJ, I would have pushed her once, maybe twice. This was a 15-minute battle for her checking account. And I know why she's battling. She made $753 a month. She sits in the house with her lights off because she can't afford an electric bill. That $29 for that policy was a lot of money to her. But I had to get her to understand, if you don't give that to me when you die, it's not, ma'am, if you go to be with Jesus. I don't say that, although she is. And I'll say, I bring it into the discussion when you go to be with the Lord or what have you. But it's not, well, if you pass away, Miss Smith, when you pass away, your family will have to pay for your funeral. Do they have the money to do it? If they do, Miss Smith, I can leave. Do you see that, Neil? There's such a difference when we do stuff like that. And listen, this guy is uncomfortable doing that. I would rather go in and have prayer meeting with him, but that's not what I'm there for. And we'll pray and we talk Jesus and all that stuff. But the reason I'm there is to make sure that she gets what she requested in the form of life insurance. I did that 12 times yesterday. I wrote 6 policies. I am not a 50% closer, Neil. But yesterday I closed 50% because I made that one change of pushing on those 3 issues right up front. Because if they're going to tell me no, which one of them did, and I said, then there's no sense of me even walking in the door, ma'am, or sir. I cannot help you if you won't help me. Well, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I ain't giving you my damn information. Okay, that's fine. But if you're not, and I'll ask them, and I'll do it 2-3 times. But if you're not, so that's kind of where I'm at. I need you to know, I need your bank account, I need your driver's license, and I need your social. If that's going to be an issue right up front, then I've just turned a 35-minute conversation into a 3-minute conversation. I'm out the door. Well, Mike, you paid for that lead. You need to help her. I did help her. I told her her family's going to pay, and I'm leaving.
No, but that gets you in and out of the house if they're going to block on you in 5 minutes.
That's right.
I love that.
And I know some of y'all are new. That took me a long time to get to that point. But if I can help you avoid landmines, I would much rather you be in a house writing a policy for an hour than sitting there pacifying someone for 3 hours. And that's what I used to do. I would sit in a home for 3 hours and not get a sale. Any other question? Yeah. I know I've been saying 25, 30 minutes on these meetings, but man, I'm just jacked up. I'm freaking so excited after I heard about Juan getting Hall of Fame. I was like, I'm going to try to hit Hall of Fame this year. And I'm at like 200,000 right now.
Hey, you're jacked up on Mountain Dew, bro.
Oh, yeah. It ain't Mountain Dew.
Hey, MJ, is MJ still on here?
Yeah.
Anything, MJ, that you want to add that we missed? You sure? Okay, so I just want to take a minute to promote the Boost program. Just because I posted the 3 upcoming dates: Chattanooga on November 29th, Nashville on December 6th, and we'll be in Houston on the 13th. The great thing about the Boost program, the design of it is to take anybody that has never done 15,000 in a month and teach them how to get to that level. And it's very interactive. It wasn't a monologue. You know, these type of programs tonight tend to be a monologue because we've asked Mike to share some things that we kind of feel that everybody needs to hear. But the Boost program is interactive. It's like a workshop. We help you with your in-home. We break up in groups and we do one-on-one in-homes. We practice our scripts. It's hands-on, so you can come in if you've only produced 5,000 in a month, and we can get you to 15 or 20,000 a month, because it's a lot more fun when you're making over 15,000. So those are the dates. We would encourage everybody to get there. And then I just wanted to say that we had one of the best first weeks of any month that we've ever had. I think the most we've ever done in a week was 109,000. This week we were at 76,000. So everybody's out there, they're writing business. People want to buy insurance right now. This is the time of year, fourth quarter. COVID's the greatest advertising campaign in the history of life insurance. It just has brought an awareness to people. I mean, they ask you on the phone, hey, do you do regular life insurance rather than just mortgage protection, because they're looking for it. And so we would just encourage everybody on here. We know everybody's had challenges. Some of you guys are new, some of you are experienced, some of you are stuck. Man, reach out to us. We'll help you if you go to work. If you'll work, we'll help you. If you don't work, then you got to get in the system. You got to go to YouTube University like Trey talked about today until you get the confidence to get out there. But we're just, now the last thing I want to say is, anybody going out to the program in Arizona, what do they call that? It's
Launch.
It's launch. We got launch. We got Boost. But anyways,
Yeah.
if anybody's going to launch, jump on Teams and just report that, because Brandy's getting a list together of everybody that's going. If you're not going, we're okay with that. This isn't any pressure.
I'm not. Neil can be. I'm not.
If you want to just talk a little bit about, I mean, it's Sunday, right? So it's just right around the corner. But
So
if you're
get in your car and take off now. You'll meet us there. So
well, it's a privilege because we've never been invited, right? Now that,
hey, listen, I've never been invited to speak at a national conference like that. And I was scrolling through and I didn't even know I was on the flipping schedule to speak. I didn't even know it. Anyhow, yeah, I was like, holy crap. I was like, that is scary. So the launch and the I realize we don't have time, but these are going to, I believe, I talked to Sean when I was in Houston, Neil. I spent some time with Sean just talking to him, and it looks like these launches are going to be something we're going to kind of morph into eventually, which I like, because, man, I put a lot of, and I'm not complaining because people do a lot more than I do. I put a lot of time and travel and money into going to these sales conferences all over the country. And I love doing it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But if you want to give yourself a $50,000 to $100,000 raise, I challenge you to get to these large venues, because that's where big decisions are made. You're going to get pushed. I mean, I know some of you probably think, man, you pushed us a little bit tonight, Shroades. Well, let me tell you something. They'll make you they'll really push you at some of these national conventions. When you meet Mark Mead and you hear Mark Mead talking, and you hear guys like Nick Ayala talking, and of course our CEO Sean Mike. I mean, man, he lays it down all the time, and it's always to help you succeed. So if you can get to these larger venues, you will become better at what you do. I assure you, you will get better because you're going to be around the best in the world. and just simply by sitting under their teaching, you will get better at what you do. It was probably at one of those places where I decided to build a business after being in the business for a couple years, and I decided to go ahead and build it. Well, now we're looking at a $10 million a year business. And me and Brandy, I talked to Brandy today. She didn't see me. I got a little teary eyed when I think that our company does $10 million a year. That means that there's a lot of people in our company, in Family First Life Heritage, that's making a really good living. And then the other thing it means, Brandy was showing me some death claims today. You know, I saw a policy I wrote clear up in Ohio. You know, Brandy, what if I wouldn't have went to Ohio on that trip? That family wouldn't have got a check today. You know, I think about stuff like that. So yeah, I don't even know why I was saying that. Oh yeah, so go to lunch, go to National Convention. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, it'll change your life.
Yeah, in fact, MJ made plane reservations today and she said, you know, we got to tell everybody tonight, if they're going to Miami for the national conference and they're expecting like 10,000 people, they don't charge anything for it. It's free. All you got to do is get there. It's getting there in a hotel. So anyways, we made airfare from Nashville. It was like, how much was it? Like $360 for both of us round trip. But
And
those
right now,
deals,
cheap.
what's
I'm
that?
flying places. That's cheap.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
real cheap.
I'm flying. Brandy and I spent the day booking about 5 flights, $1,200 a flight for some of these.
I paid
Those are
$295.
one way. Yeah.
$295.
So go ahead, Neil. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, so there's some great deals, but they're not going to last forever. So
Yeah.
when Terry wakes up, we'll make sure to tell him to go ahead.
That's still creepy, man. I
Hey, Neil.
tried not to look at him.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Southwest has really great deals right now. A lot of people don't think about looking, but I did a bunch of Googling and I booked my flight for Miami and it was $295 round trip for 2 people.
All right,
Awesome.
cool.
So if you want to
And
go
we're
get
renting
on that,
Airbnb to save money.
we just have to lock down. Mike, have you looked at hotels for, there's a bunch of hotels in the area. Should we just pick one and try and get as many people at that hotel called?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if you didn't get in early, you're gonna have a little Uber drive or a little Uber ride or a drive. So just, I don't know, just Google the park, the baseball park, and it'll tell you the surrounding areas. I wouldn't worry a whole lot about that. They're
Okay.
adults.
Hey, Neil, it's cheap to rent an Airbnb. That's what our group is doing. We're getting like 5-6 people, and I think it's only going to be like 2 something for the whole trip.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So real quick, Neil, I got a chat. Yeah, I gave y'all a challenge. How many have already thought of a city they're going to go to on a travel trip? Okay, where are you going, Ty?
I'm going to Tampa. I already have the tickets.
You already have the. You bought them just now?
We bought them the other day. I actually have a wedding to go to next weekend, so I'm just going to use the time. And I already have my license down there in Florida. So.
Okay, how long are you going to be down there?
4.5 days.
Okay, 4.5 days. How many days you going to run?
4 days.
Okay, I'll give you 50 leads for going.
10-4.
Okay.
Okay.
You figure out a way to get up with me. We'll give you 50. Anybody else?
Okay.
Now watch all these hands go up. Watch this.
I was going to grab Chris because Chris is in Phoenix. I'm in Nashville. We were going to go to, I was thinking we could meet in Naperville, which is both of our former hometowns. How ironic is that? We could run in Naperville for a week.
Oh, is Chris on here? I don't know if I've ever seen Chris.
Yeah, Chris is right over your right shoulder there.
Chris, talk to me, man, so I can see you.
Hey, Mike.
Where you at, dude? Hey, buddy.
Up here at the top. Up here.
Good to see you, man.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to go. I have to get licensed in Illinois, but I mean, we could do that for sure.
Yeah, listen, go sell some insurance before you pay for that one.
Yeah, that one's enough.
It's $300, but we can go up there, and that's our old stomping ground. We could kill it up there, crush it.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I'm licensed in Indiana. If you go to Indiana, we could do that.
I can do that.
All right, when you guys go, call me. I'll give you 25 leads.
That's awesome.
Tennessee.
Anybody else got a plan? Jennifer, I give leads all the time. Put your hand down.
I don't want the free leads. I'm just letting you know I'm going to do it.
I know you're going. I gave you a bunch of leads yesterday or today.
I was gonna pick Tennessee also.
You
Because
going
it's
to?
a quick drive. So
Is that my Shakina? I can't
Yeah.
see. Hey, girl. Now listen, I'm gonna brag on her. She went 33-0, 0-33 this week. And listen, I know it hurt her, but I didn't hear a peep out of her about it. Most people I'd have had to stink and cut the rope that they hung themselves out the tree from, right? But she got back in it and set 18 for today. Let me tell you, this girl right here, this young lady is going to freaking kill it. No doubt in my mind. You all are going to see her sign an integrity deal one day. You watch. Don't prove me wrong. Okay.
oh no, I won't. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually try to get to Nashville and try to step on some of Neil's toes and do some
There you
mailers
go.
there.
Business he won't go after.
There's so much business here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So me and Neil had that. So here's the thing I want y'all to do though. Everybody, the leads that I think are best, that I love to run, because all people ask me, get them mailers, no matter how old they are. Get those mailers and go run them. You'll see an increase in your business. Okay. All right. Neil, anything else, buddy? I have talked long enough.
You're talking about these famous T2s.
Yeah. The T2s or the mortgage. I mean, I find a lot of, listen, those $1, what are those $1 silver call-ins? You know how much money I've made off of them lately? They're in the CRM for $1. You can buy hundreds of them in one location.
Actually, one of the guys here gave us a tip. He said, when he calls them, he just says, hey, I'm over here at the mortgage protection office. I'm the one that got that form that you filled out and mailed in. And they never know, because they probably sent in a bunch of mailers, but since, and they just, oh yeah, okay. I mean, they just play right with it.
So go into that mailer section on the CRM. And if it means you have to get up at 3 a.m. to go to where you need to be for your 8 o'clock, just try it, guys. I'm telling you, man, it'll revolutionize your business. Don't be afraid to travel. Okay.
Awesome.
Go where there's leads, because then you can't go home and take a nap. Hi, Leanne.
All right, Mike. Well, listen, we appreciate you jumping on tonight. You got plenty of stuff to do. I know you were on the road for 11 days and you're getting ready to leave again. So we just appreciate you jumping on.
Man, I'm pumped up, dude. I'm so freaking excited. I can't stand it.
And let's give one more shout out to Juan.
My man.
Way to go, bro. Excellent.
My man.
One
in a million.
Hey, Francis LeJulius in the house, baby.
1 in a million Hall of Famer.
He is. That's
One
my
in a
club.
million. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Also, don't forget on Monday at 4 o'clock is the Heritage Team call. We'll all be on that. And have just a great weekend. And don't forget to post your numbers on Sunday. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. We'll post a copy of this on Teams so you can re-listen.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Holla,
Thanks,
holla.
Mike. Thanks, Neil.
Hey,
I'm away.
thanks, man.
Thank
well,
you. Thank
now you don't
you.
look so creepy. I'll talk to you.
Awesome, Mike.
Cool. He is so
Thank
creepy.
you, Mike.
Bye, guys. Love y'all. Bye.
See ya.